have to go straight to the source. We're going to start manufacturing pillows.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just so that when you guys do your next Europe and UK tour, you get like a good sleep, you're rested, you know.
Can we please stop the pillow chat?
Yeah.
This is full pillow talk.
Actual
This
pillow
is
talk.
pillow
Sorry.
talk.
That's Snickets right there.
Can you tell I don't know how to ride a horse?
Yeah, you look a bit concerned. It's like, I could fly off at any
the
second.
horse.
Snickets did not like it.
Yeah.
I ended up standing up in front of the thousands of protesters that were there that day and screaming at the top of my lungs, "I am woman, hear me roar." And it was just, it's actually indescribable. I can't tell you how I actually felt when you're singing. It's you kind of end up with a connection with the people that you're kind of communicating that to. And by the end of that song, I had tears in my eyes and I was raging. I was screaming it because I felt every single one of those people's rage.
Our kind of history as a band in the early days very tied up with that of Sideway in a lot of ways. And also just like we've seen so many bands that are influential.
It was like an amazing opportunity to be like a brand new band who nobody knew, and to be able to play like really full rooms like week after week and just like get a feel for like what it is to actually be gigging and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think like without that space, it would have taken way longer for us to actually get the grasp of it that we have.
Mustard stats, go.
Mustard stats, all right. It was 100 days, 23,000 kilometres in a van, 80 hotels, 45 shows.
Yay! So, I'm Gogo from Moroji. It's my first time hosting this, interviewing, so I'm very excited. And we're here with Wallabindi and her son Cohen. How did your set go?
Amazing.
How did it feel?
It was so good. I think I was just saying to you off air, it's a little bit daunting being the first act, but it was just beautiful. We're a bit melty and a bit hot and a bit humid.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminded me of
really
being
humid.
back home in Perth, so yeah.
Yes. So I was going to ask, so you're from Perth, but you've lived in Canberra for quite a while?
Yeah, like a bit over 20 years, so long time.
Okay, yeah. And have
Yeah.
you been performing kind of that whole time, or when did you kind of start out performing?
I did it in my bedroom for a very long time because I was so shy.
Yeah.
But I probably started getting out there and singing in groups and stuff in my early 20s. And then went overseas and played bass and sang for a couple of years in all of the open mics in London. And came back and started just, doing a heap of different bands, a heap of different styles. And now I'm doing my own stuff. So
Yeah, lovely. And how long has it been since you've been, performing your own stuff and writing?
Oh, only the last few years. So it took me a very long time to, although having said that, I did used to perform a lot of my stuff in London, like we're talking, a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
So I've been writing for, probably most of my, from my teens onwards.
Yeah.
But this particular material that we played today, just the last few years. And it's pretty special stuff. It's really different to a lot of the stuff I performed previously were just like love songs, those sort of, love gone wrong, love gone bad, love gone weird. But these are very sort of special songs and about family. And
Yeah, I was going to say they have really, so these recent songs have really meaningful themes like, like family and culture, community, like, do you feel kind of closer to that and like more of a connection with writing about those kind of issues? Because they seem like really important issues to you.
I think I'm at the point of my life where it's basically peeling back all of the crap that I sort of grew up with and believed and falsely believed, and it's reclaiming like my cultural identity as an Aboriginal person.
Yeah.
I have a rich heritage of Burmese on my dad's side of the family.
Yeah, I was
but on
gonna.
mum's side, mum's side mum was Stolen Generation. So a lot of the songs on that EP, Wallabindi Dreaming, are all very much honouring and acknowledging those stories.
Yeah.
And all from the perspective of me as a modern day First Nations woman. So. And as a mum myself now, so
yeah. So a lot about family and Yeah, I found that really interesting, that mix of Burmese as well.
Yeah.
So that was your dad's side, you said.
Yeah,
Burmese.
yeah. So Dad came out to Australia when he was about 12 with my grandparents.
Yeah.
So yeah, he immigrated here, and Mum was very much, well, she was taken away from my grandparents when she was 2. So they were both very much, I guess, trying to, Mum had just come out of being assimilated, and Mum and my dad is very much trying to be a part of, you know, fitting in here in Australia. So it's a very interesting combo.
Like
now that I
two
look back and
really
think of it,
different, like dynamic, like cases
yeah.
of being displaced.
Oh, and it's only when you look back at it, like as a much older person, and go, oh, you know, that's just crazy to, like, they're really weird parallels, but
Yes, it's like they are connecting on some levels, even though the
Yeah.
stories are so different.
absolutely. But yeah, such a, like, just so proud of both sides of my heritage, and you know, there's a lot of really special stories and strength in those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess there's so much there to draw from with all of those
So much.
stories.
Like,
Yeah.
I haven't even got started really. Like these first few songs that are on the EP, I never thought I'd be able to actually get up in front of anyone and sing them. Like, it was just too emotional,
Yeah.
too hard.
Yeah.
But the more I do it, the more empowered I feel, and it's really important stuff. It's all about truth telling.
Yeah.
And for me, it's quite cathartic and healing, and it means that all of the things that happened didn't happen and were forgotten.
Yeah.
And I think for me that's really important, just as someone that's really passionate about truth telling. And it was definitely the right time to do it, and I don't think I could have done it any earlier than what it's happened.
That's really interesting. Like, it's like that's when you were ready to like process it, or
Yeah.
really like say it really, not bluntly, but just really go into those themes kind of thing.
But without falling apart, like falling into a million pieces. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, like over the last lockdown, I wrote like an 11-track album that's kind of R&B and very different to this.
Okay.
So that's all in the middle of being sort of,
So it's like a different project.
totally different.
Yeah.
There's just many, many different stories to tell, and, you know, from different parts of life, and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I need like 10 lifetimes to do all these things.
That's really interesting. Yeah. So I guess it's like, how you said like you just have so much more to write, and
Oh
like,
my
did you
God.
kind of, were you like, once you kind of started really delving into stuff and you were like, oh my gosh, I also want to address this and I want to address this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely will write more protest songs.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was talking to my drummer, John Jones, who was with us today, and he's like he's a real folk legend and has traveled the world doing his thing. And he just said to me, Mon, you know, people just don't write protest songs anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, yeah, we need to do that.
Yes.
So that's one of my many, many missions.
Yeah. And I feel like your fans would
Speaking of
really
protest
get around
songs,
it.
actually, sorry to interrupt, I wanted to ask about the March for Justice, the performance you did there.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about how that was, doing that, and at that moment in time.
Oh my God. Oh, that was amazing. It was a friend from actually one of the other performers that were there, Matriarch, who are an incredible female band, and they recommended me, and so I ended up standing up in front of the thousands of protesters that were there that day and screaming at the top of my lungs, I am woman, hear me roar. And it was just, it's actually indescribable. I can't tell you how I actually felt when you're singing. It's you kind of end up with a connection with the people that you're kind of communicating that to. And by the end of that song, I had tears in my eyes, and I was raging. I was screaming it because I felt every single one of those people's rage and frustration and, you know, just, all of that stuff. It was pretty incredible to be there that day. Yeah. Thanks for letting me remember that. That was, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely like a highlight all time.
And I was going to ask as well, you played at the Multicultural Festival, was that this year? Last year? 2023?
Yes. Oh, I did. I think I did last year as well. But this year I played and actually ended up performing as part of Coloured Stone. So Coloured Stone is a iconic Australian band. I grew up listening to their music thanks to my mum, and ended up being a member of Coloured Stone for a night and singing with them.
Wow.
So that was pretty insane. But before that set, I did my own set. So but oh my god, it was really surreal. Like oh god.
Yeah, I guess like growing up listening to them and then playing with them. Was your mum happy about it?
Well, Mum's not here anymore, so she was definitely someone that I wish I could have picked up the phone to just say, Mum, you are not going to believe this. She passed away nearly 6 years ago now. So the songs on that EP also, there's another depth to those in that I only was able to write them after she passed.
Right.
Like there was no way. The whole series of events that happened after she died just made me realise how important it was that I do it. But it took a really long time to feel strong enough emotionally to do it. Like,
so was it that after she passed away, was it the realization that you wanted to go write about it? And you felt strong enough only at that time? Yeah.
I mean, there was thoughts before that, like, way before, years before, because, we all knew, I guess, as adults, we've had conversations as a family and talked about our history. Yeah. And, pretty horrendous history for all of our generations of stolen people in our family. But my day job is education, so I'm just so passionate about being able to communicate that, and like through music is just so powerful. Yeah. And it was, I definitely could not be singing those songs if my mum was still here. Yeah. And when I won the Music ACT Independent Debut last year, I think I might have said it that night, I just wish that I never had those songs to write, and I wish that I wasn't receiving this, because it'd be great to not have that history to be having to write about and share, but it's really important that it's out there. So
and helping other people process it as well.
Absolutely. I've played a lot of festivals since then, and a lot of folk festivals, and people want to know more and hear about it, and then they want to come up to you afterwards and tell you their stories. And it's just, that's how we heal, that's how we learn, and that's how we do different things in this country, that we need to do.
Can I ask, are there Indigenous Australian artists who inspire you?
Oh my God, yes. I had the pleasure of supporting Bumpy a couple of years ago at the National Museum. I love her. Emily Waramara is amazing. Dan Sultan, I actually had the pleasure of supporting earlier this year at the National Gallery. Wow. And he's just incredible. Just just an amazing songwriter, amazing musician, and such a humble guy. Emma Donovan. There's just so many. Yeah. There's so many.
Amazing.
And Barker. Love Barker.
So, you intrigued me when you said your day job is education. Do you talk about Aboriginal issues, like in your, is that a big part of it?
Yeah. So I'm a Indigenous education person. Yeah. Well, they call me an Indigenous education officer. Say that fast 3 times. That's my job, and it's basically to support our kids in school, and to support teachers in, truth telling through what they teach, and doing it authentically, and doing it in the right way. So I love my day job, and I love this job, and
it really is a crossover as well with your music. So
it so is. And with there was one of the songs off the EP that we didn't play today called Be Brave, Make Change. Yes. And it's one of those, it's a reconciliation song. Yeah. And we have played that in schools across the ACT, and man, kids get it. Year 2 kids get it.
I like the lyrics in it because it's not dancing around anything, it's so upfront. Yeah. The lyrics are really yes. I mean, for
it's
kids,
it's simple.
It's simple, It's this is what I have to say, guys. Yes. Yeah.
But it is, and I think, without getting too political, it is that simple. And I just love the conversations you have with really young kids that, they just understand the injustices. They understand
Yeah.
how history has played out and how so much of it is inherently
Because
wrong.
kids are really right and wrong, like black and white.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
So I can see them,
Yes.
like you said, just
Yeah.
understanding it from.
And some of the conversations you have, they're just genuine outrage. Like, but why did they do that? Why
Yeah.
did the government do that? And, but doing it through music is such a gentle way to get to
make
people.
it inclusive.
Yeah, and I think, we all know as musicians, like, music sort of cuts through all the BS and it just hits you.
Oh,
right
maybe
in the-
hold your mic up.
Ooh.
Sorry, I just realized we've got the bass from behind.
So yeah, but with music, it cuts through all the, the noise and the static, and it just hits you right in the heart. And that's what I really hope to continue doing with that stuff. And there's, like I said, there's so many things more to write about, and looking forward to sharing that.
And I was thinking about how I had some of those educational initiatives in school, and then my parents just didn't at all. And my grandparents,
I didn't. When I was at school, I am a lot older than you, but we didn't have anything in high school, and it was crazy, or even in primary school. And I grew up in Perth, in Western Australia, and there was just not even a hint of it. Talking about truth telling, true history, and that just blows my mind. I still have contact with people I went to school with that still don't believe the true history.
Really?
And you think, how can you not? But we're having conversations that we never had before.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's so good that that's you're doing that now, and other people are doing that now in schools.
Absolutely. That's where it all starts, is with a conversation. And when you make a genuine connection with someone, it's like, you're a person and you're having this conversation, and then on top of that you say, well, this happened to me, or this happened to my family. And the caveat I always put on it, sharing any of that stuff, is it's not about making people feel personally guilty or responsible or bad, but it is about telling the truth.
Yes.
And these are a very small suite of songs in a bigger picture that we still need to kind of flesh out and colour in and dive into, but I'm ready. Bring it.
I love it. Did you say, so you said that, was it 11 songs that you are working on? Was that for the separate more R&B?
Yes.
Is that yet to be recorded and everything?
It is, yeah. So in discussions with a local producer about those, and they were just kind of crazy love songs. And I'm sure that there's lots of people out there that had some crazy times during lockdown, and these songs kind of talk a little bit to that. And so it's 11 songs that I kind of just recorded in front of my computer on my voice memos, and they just all came tumbling out, and they're definitely an album. And I'm really excited to share them, because they're just so different. And I think I'm really conscious of, I'm not wanting to pigeonhole myself.
Yes. So it's like you can do all of those different things in different projects.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
So do you write at all, or like a little bit of singing?
I sing along to songs.
Nice, yeah. Do you know all the lyrics of Mum's songs?
Yes.
And I was going to ask how being a mum, was there kind of a before and after in your songwriting? Like, did that change in any way?
Maybe. I think it's probably made me a lot braver and less worried about what other people think. Because, when you have other people, other humans that you're sort of looking after and bringing into the world, all of the other crap, like, any previous insecurities I had or care factor I had about what other people thought about my music and what I was doing, just fell away, because you just realise what's important. And so I think both Cohen and Lani are so inspiring to me, and definitely have had a hand in helping to compose some of those songs, like
really?
Just in talking about the ideas. And absolutely. Is
it kind of have you kind of helped in the kind of like the lyric writing, or what kind of to address, or where like the format of the songs?
Well, I definitely helped with Be Brave Make Change
Yes.
because we did sit on the couch and talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
that's
talked
so
about the
good.
lyrics, and we talked about, how it should be phrased, like, we're knowing about whose land you're standing on and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So kind of like the most effective way to phrase it and make it
Yeah.
like inclusive and
Yes.
easy to understand for everyone.
He's an
Yeah.
amazing writer. Like,
Yeah.
he writes a lot of poetry and stuff. And,
Oh, wow.
I think, poetry's are songs, right?
Yeah.
Like, poetry's songs, so.
Yeah. Well, I guess, have you ever made a song out of, or do you write poetry as well, or you always kind of think of them as a song from the first place?
I used to, when I was a teenager, it was poetry, but no, when I write now, it's songs.
Yeah.
So it's having a core of an idea and wanting to kind of, build on that and say as much as I can about that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so much to say, so I really have to, it's a different process for everyone, but trying to whittle it down to like really strong, simple messages. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you remember the first, so you said you started writing when you were like teenager, like 15. Do you remember the first song you kind of wrote? or like some of the early ones?
Well, I didn't write a song when I was that age. It was just really bad love poetry. I'm going to be honest. It was terrible. And I still have books of it, and I'm scared to open them, seriously. But the first song I actually wrote was one I did with a guitarist friend of mine, and we were both living in London at the time, and sitting in my flat in East End, and I was playing bass as well back then, and we just wanted to write a love song basically to, like a diss track really, to all of our previous relationships. And it came out as, the song was called Groove Ship Slinky. And it was such a funny song.
Cruise Ship Slinky?
Groove Ship.
Groove Ship Slinky? Okay.
Yeah,
Love it.
It was so funny. So, and there was a little sample of like an actual phone message that someone had sent me, and it was pretty funny. But we played that song prolifically around the open mic circuits of London, and I loved it. I still love it. So I'd probably resurrect that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so funny.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you remember the lyrics of that?
Yes, I do, because the lyrics were very
Catchy.
much. We had, there were all these veiled meanings in it, and it was,
Like metaphorical.
Oh yeah, it was really bad. I'll play it for you, Cohen, when we get home.
And we are back at Stonefest, live backstage. We've got Kitchen Boy up next. Welcome to the flats, guys. Thanks for taking some time to chat with us today. Before your set.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to be here. Thank you.
Yay. So you guys are on at 5:50?
Yep.
5:50 in an hour. Are you excited?
Yeah.
So pumped. The sun's out. We're feeling good.
It's a great day for a festival.
It is a
isn't
nice day,
It's
and it was so
good.
rainy last night.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like, uh-oh.
we're from Melbourne and so used to it, so it's glad to know that we've brought the weather up with us today.
Do you often play like with Melbourne's notorious weather in rain? Like, is it?
No, we huddle inside and cower.
Whenever it's raining, we call the gig off.
That's it. I can't work under these conditions.
We do. We're wet weather warriors.
Yeah. Daily.
So South by Southwest. So you were saying you trained
Yeah,
straight
I
here
caught the
this
train.
morning.
Yeah, I caught the train from Sydney, which was a unique experience.
I've taken that train and I threw up. It was like the worst. It was like rocking.
It's bad.
I hated it so
Yeah.
much.
And it makes a horrible, like, just an abhorrent squealing noise. Like,
Yes, it was like the worst train I've ever taken, because I love like European trains, and like I've taken that like Sydney train a few times years ago, and I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And then I jumped on and I called my mum, and she was like, sort of like on a stop halfway to Sydney, and I was like, Mum, I need you to bring me some like Panadol or like water. And she like ran on the train at the stop, and I was like crying. I was like, I'm so sick.
That's so
So
sweet.
I well done for taking the train this morning.
Thanks. It was not easy. After a week at South by, I was so rinsed. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning in a hostel in Sydney and rolled into the train just like, what has my life become? But here I am about to play a rock show, so that's good.
Is anyone tired, or are you just used to it?
No, we're feeling good.
That's good.
Listened to some podcasts on the drive.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty wholesome actually.
Yeah.
So you guys drove this morning. What time did you leave?
We met up at my place at 6:45
Oh.
for a 7 a.m. sharp departure.
Did you make it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm the
Wow.
logistics guy of the group.
Can you tell he's like the captain of travel?
Yeah. It's always.
Did you
on
drive the
time.
whole way?
Well, yeah, we do stops along the way. We
Yeah.
stopped in Gundagai, our favourite pub.
The Criterion.
Yeah, the Criterion.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. But no, these guys do the driving, Ted and Louis, and I'm in charge of. Yeah. I'm in charge of just keeping, the vibe up. So.
Oh, that's
Order in
good.
the
Are you on
music.
like the music? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you drive is it a van? How much stuff do you?
No, we've actually
Take
just
up?
got a four-wheel drive, so it's my car, which we usually take on tour. And it was good without Dill because there was just three of us, so I was just asleep in the back seat.
He's
while
very
these two
long.
were driving.
He's very long. He takes up a lot of space. So
You have to go on the roof. Just put roof racks on
Yeah.
your car, unless it already has,
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
can be strapped on. Yeah.
Get the Aussie straps out.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I've heard about. I need to know about the origins of the name, because I read that you all flipped burgers. Did you all? Some of you?
It was just me.
Okay.
So I worked in the kitchen at a bar. Ted worked at the bar at the bar. I also worked at the bar at the bar, but then they demoted me to the kitchen.
Oh no, they're like, you're out the back.
get
You're
out
not
of here.
front facing anymore.
Yeah, you
You're
can't
with the
be-
burgers.
Yeah, you can't
Take
be
the
seen.
spatula.
Yeah. And so I was flipping burgers, and then I was like playing music, like doing like the acoustic guitar sort of thing. And then these guys sort of saw me playing and were like, you should start a band. And then but I was like, oh, what's up? I'm Dylan. You might recognize me from the kitchen. And then that's kind of how
okay.
it started. And then I was like, well, it has to be a joke. Like I thought the name had to be a joke. So I was like, Kitsch, meaning, excessively garish or sentimental.
Because we were like, why was the S thrown in? I like it.
Just to be difficult.
Yeah. Just for terrible search engine optimization.
And did you all already play? So how long ago did you guys form?
It was like 7 years ago.
7? Yeah.
But Ted joined the band 2 years ago. Carlos joined the band 3 years ago. And Louis been with me since day one.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, we've been together since day one. And yeah, so this band, as we are Kitchen Boy now, is only about 2 years old.
Yeah, a couple of years.
But yeah, it's been a ongoing journey with different
Feels
members.
like we've been doing it forever.
But we've been playing gigs with each other, as in Ted and my old band used to play shows with Kitchen Boy all the time.
Okay.
And then when the trade window opened up at the end of the season, we got recruited.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, the people who left were also in our band.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very we've got a good partnership. We've had one for years, and it's good to be in it.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you've left the burger joint.
Oh yeah,
bar
long
now.
ago. Yeah, you couldn't take me kicking and screaming back to hospitality. Thankfully, sorry to all my soldiers out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. Yeah, you can't take me back.
I worked in cafes, and I actually really, really love cafes, but I don't think I could do. I've never worked in a bar. But I actually have a dream of like. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should work in a bar. It actually looks fun, but I think you
Yeah.
would start and be like,
It's a lot better than working in a cafe in my experience, because
Really?
you're sort of like the boss of the customers more so than in a cafe. Not to be like a wanker, but in a cafe everyone's like, why is my coffee too hot? Why is my coffee too
like,
cold?
yeah,
Yeah.
customer's always right, but then at a bar you're like, I'm right, bitch. Like you're getting thrown out.
Yeah, like you just drank too much, idiot. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't think I would be like authoritative enough to do that. So I think I would get fired because they'd be like, this person's passed out.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't like
$50,000 fine for you.
Yeah, literally. And I'd be like, I was just too much of a pushover. Like I just yeah. So yeah, no more hospo.
What were you gonna say, Carl?
Oh no, well,
What?
Ted and I were
Yeah,
just
yeah,
talking. You go, Ted.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
So Carl literally had the same like sort of thought pattern enter his mind in the car driving up to Canberra. He was like, you know what? When I retire, I could open up my own little wine bar or something like that. And the fact that you said,
it sounds so nice.
Going back to hospitality.
It sounds like a dream.
You guys should go into business together.
Yeah, but I just undersold myself. Like I said, I would get fired probably. But I could do the coffee shots for espresso martinis. So I can do coffee.
Perfect. And I'll handle the rest. And everything will run on time.
Yeah. No, I like that. But I'm a really late person, so.
You're fired.
Yeah, I'm already
Deal
fired. I
breaker.
haven't started. But I think bars, like I'm such like a late. At cafes, you're there at 6 a.m. and I would just feel like, ugh. Like I just was. I've like gone to bed at 3 a.m. It just wasn't working.
Yep. The wine bar will open later.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's great. So music. What are you guys working on?
We have just been working on being everywhere in the country all the time for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And this weekend is kind of the end of a huge run of shows that we booked. We sort of said mid-year, we're like, we should slow down on playing shows and just like do some more writing. And then every gig offer that came our way, we're like, let's take that.
Yeah.
And let's take this.
Like just because it sounded fun, or you were like, may as well.
We're like, well, we can't pass up on this one.
Yeah.
And we can't pass up on that one. So we ended up being more booked than we've been probably ever before.
Really?
Which has been good. But next up is really just writing, I think. I did some sessions this week while I was at South by, just writing, and there's a whole lot in the tank from this past year, and yeah.
Do you think the touring, do you think that turned out well because do you think you were just kind of inspired by stuff and like being on the go, or do you think you would have preferred just being dormant to write?
In terms of like inspiration for writing, like, well, I mean, like, I think that life is what inspires art, and you can't make art without life. And if you sit in a studio all day every day, you might be able to write nice compositions, but you won't make anything that actually hits home for anyone. So hopefully I've had some life experiences during this time that will inspire some music, but that remains to be seen, because I'm just still out here having those experiences. But
We've also, sorry to jump in, but like through the touring and stuff, we've also been able to hang out with some like really good mates of ours too. Some of which are great Gable, who are playing here tonight after us, and like we've just done a few shows with them in New South Wales, and we've got a few more shows in the new year and stuff with them. So like, it's been nice hanging out, meeting new people, sort of getting out of our comfort zones a little bit. Like, sure, I felt a little bit relentless, but like, you got to do it.
Yeah, you got to
YOLO,
do it.
Yeah.
I think
we got to go to places that we haven't been to before. Like we were just in Tassie a few weeks ago. We got to go to Hobart and Launceston.
My
and I think
friend
3
just
out
went
of
to
4 of us
Hobart.
have never been there before.
Yeah. New Zealand.
Had New Zealand as well. We just had the most amazing weekend ever.
Is Hobart similar to Wellington?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've been to
absolutely.
Wellington like a few times, and then not Hobart. But my friend was just telling me, she just got back like yesterday. We were talking about it, and she was showing me photos, and I was like, it looks so nice. Like,
Oh, it's amazing.
I was yesterday. I was actually playing with playing this game with a couple of my students. You know that GeoGuessr game?
yeah. We've talked about it on this podcast before.
I guessed Hobart, and it was Wellington.
Hey.
And
Oh,
so
really?
so it kind of shows that we're onto something.
Okay.
2,000 kilometres away.
I thought that was an original thought from me. I was like, it seems like Wellington, but
Everything's a cover.
Everybody in Wellington is like, oh, Wellington's like Melbourne. But they don't know Wellington's
don't
like
know.
Hobart.
So true.
I haven't heard that people say Wellington's like Melbourne.
A
Like, what are
lot
they
of people said
basing
that
on?
to her. Well, I think because there's
They
like
say
a
it's the
live.
Melbourne of New Zealand.
Yeah.
Just like
Well,
culture-wise?
I would
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like live music and like good food and good
Yeah.
vibes. But like, I feel like they're really underselling themselves. Like they're selling themselves short, because Wellington is heaps sicker than Melbourne. Like
nice.
it's so amazing. And
Yeah.
Melbourne's like, in terms of like cool, I don't know, nature and like landscapes and stuff. Like Melbourne's like, Victoria's amazing, but Melbourne's got
Yeah.
nothing on Wellington. That shit's like,
Yeah, Melbourne's just kind of there. Like
Yeah.
the city's nice, but
yeah,
There's not
Wellington's
many
like,
landmarks in Melbourne. I feel like you
Exactly.
go there to like go to the cafes and bars or go to sports games. But like then when you think about other cities, like in Australia, we've got the Harbour Bridge, Opera House. How do we compete with that?
Yeah.
You know?
What's the oh, this sounds so silly. In Hobart, the mountain.
Cradle Mountain.
No.
Mount Wellington.
The one that,
It's called Mount
I
Wellington.
thought it was that, but I
It
was
is
like,
Mount Wellington.
no wonder they
yeah,
say
that's what I thought, and I was like, I think I'm getting it wrong because it just it sounds too obvious.
It's actually the
That's
same place.
funny.
The plane just like does a few circles when they go to Wellington.
There's also a sick as mountain in Wellington, and it's probably called Mount Hobart.
It's called Mount Victoria.
It's Mount Victoria.
Yes,
So confusing.
But it was where they shot like this scene from Lord of the Rings, and we were just
Wait,
captivated
that's
by
what
it.
I went there. Yeah.
It's the one where Frodo's like on
Hiding?
the track. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
has to jump
Yes,
off.
I have a photo
Get
of
off
me.
the road,
I have a photo of me there. I can't tell if my mic is like a little bit quiet. But I at the time hadn't seen any of the movies, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it feels fun under here. So, has anyone taken?
I wanted to ask a question actually
Yeah.
of the team. A deep dive in your Instagram, the horse riding, majestic photos. Speaking of amazing scenery, and the close friends video.
The close friends video. Well, I feel like Ted's the best to talk about this.
Yeah. So that was a super fun weekend. Up at my family property in the Yarra Valley, we shot the video for Close Friends. So it's about an hour out of Melbourne. We're really lucky. The property's sort of been in the family for 40, 50 odd years. And it was one of the sort of, I don't know, rare times where I've sort of brought music up to the farm, and like, you know, my uncle still lives up there and like, you know, does whatever with the cattle and the horses and stuff. But yeah, there's all of this awesome sort of farm stuff around. One of them's like a horse arena and plenty of horses around. I think the photo you guys are referring to was on Snicket's. Snicket's a horse.
Wait, we had a photo before.
That's
There's
part of the
Snicket's.
100.
Oh, there he is.
That's Snicket's right there.
Can you tell I don't know how to ride a horse?
Yeah, you look a bit concerned. It's like I could fly off at any second.
Snickets did not like it.
Yeah.
There's actually a clip from when we were shooting that of Snickets getting very angry at Ted also and giving him all.
It's probably because I'm like 105 kilos. Like, get this bastard off me. But yeah, so we spent the whole weekend up there, stayed up there, had a really great and wholesome time. Jesus, fun.
Yeah.
Michael Roberts, Go Mouse Go.
Yeah, no mouse.
No Mouse Go. No Mouse Go. There you go.
Great videographer who shot this for us. He's
Wow.
And something.
and something, our other video clip. Had just such a good time hanging out with him. Saw the biggest shooting star of my entire life that night.
That's my fiance.
Oh wow! Cameo.
Yeah, that's Will Michael. He fills in for my basketball team sometimes. They're not extras. They're not paid.
There's a lot of shout outs.
It was actually really cold filming this. My face was getting rained
Whoa.
on, and I was looking right into the sun through the clouds. Anyway, that's a little tidbit. Ted's got a great mullet in this.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A main.
Carl disappeared. What's he got?
Who was it? John Grace said we looked like Mumford & Sons in this video clip, which was a little embarrassing, but I mean, I love Mumford & Sons.
Did you, because you like your family had this farm, did you always have in your brain that you wanted to use it for something? Like you like it's just a good thing to utilize?
I think so. Funnily enough, there's a couple of little homesteads around the farm, and one of which we've used maybe half a dozen times to record. And it's just like this little cabin. It's called Kingfisher. And yeah, like a cottage set up, very sort of understated bunk beds, spider webs everywhere and all that. But yeah, this is sort of part of the main homestead area. So I don't know. It's
a special.
As in it has been used.
It has been used, but I'd sort of consider myself, bar a couple of exceptions, probably one of the more musical people in the family. So getting music to the farm, I think historically has been rare, but I'm glad I could have been the one to do it.
Yeah, that's so cool. I think about the song "Happy Place." Where's everyone's happy? Is that your happy place on the farm?
One of, yeah. The other one's in Louis' four-wheel drive driving between Canberra and Melbourne.
I think that's all of us.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to shout out the Criterion in Gundagai.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
surely.
what a place.
Or
that is.
the train to Sydney is probably yours. Back from Sydney's yours.
Yeah, I need to go to my happy place when I'm on that train.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe the rooftop of the Criterion, if there was one. Maybe a Guinness, a pint of Guinness in hand each,
Yeah.
and maybe like a bowl of chips with aioli in the
Oh,
sun.
Yeah.
That's
I think
so
we can all
nice.
align. That's a happy place.
Yeah, that's a happy place.
Oh, that's so
I'm
good.
feeling happy.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
As you can see, we're pretty simple.
Yeah,
we don't
easily
need-
pleased.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's the best way to be. What was what music were you playing in there? Okay, double question. What
Yep.
music were you playing in the car?
Yep.
And what are your kind of like Aussie music inspirations for your music?
Yeah. So the music that we were playing in the car, it was a bit of a mixture. We started off with a bit more of the music that we play, like jangle, a lot of stuff from New York. And then we mixed it up and we listened to some like kind of early 2000s Aussie, like Temper Trap and stuff.
Oh my gosh,
we played a show with Eskimo Joe a couple of weeks ago, so we played a couple Eskimo Joe songs.
God.
And then,
Opened
we got serious. We started listening to some podcasts on
I love podcasts.
on UAPs or UFOs.
Any Mothman content today?
No Mothman stuff, but
Shout outs to Mothman.
yeah,
Shout out Mothman.
He's listening.
a bit on
And doing
ancient,
nothing about it.
a bit on ancient Egypt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
He's a guru.
What?
He's a guru.
It's actually Pharaoh. Yeah. And this guy's a geezer.
Wait, I was listening to a podcast yesterday,
Yeah.
and they were Scottish, so maybe that's why, but they didn't know the word pharaoh. And I was like, is that not a common word? Like, that's a common...
There's probably no excuse there.
Yeah, I was like, do they not know about that
We're
in
talking
Scotland?
3,500
We
years
could
ago.
educate the Scottish on it. Yeah. They've had time to learn. They've had 3,500 years.
Yeah.
Do you have ancient Egypt recommendations? Because we just had an exhibition in Canberra on ancient Egypt.
Yeah, so if you're lucky, I think you probably have to leave after Stonefest, but you could probably make it to the Pharaoh exhibition
Oh my
in
gosh.
Melbourne.
Oh, in Melbourne.
So hop in the car. It's really good. Some of my favourite pharaohs feature.
Who are
Ramesses
they?
the Great.
Okay.
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah, a bit
Yep.
of Khufu. Yeah. That's good.
Of course, because Khufu built the Great Pyramid.
Well, that's right.
And Ramses was his dad?
No. Khafre was his dad.
Well, who's
one's-
Ramses then?
No, he was
was
just
the tyrant
he was
guy.
the guy who kind of created the new capital in Luxor. Yeah.
This guy knows his shit.
Yeah, we
Oh my
like
God.
it.
Is this
We need
all
to
from
teach the Scottish.
podcasts?
Oh,
Or?
It's a mixture, but these guys are really supportive.
Yeah,
Oh, they're like, you've got your interests.
Yeah, Carlos is really into like ancient Egypt. I'm into ghosts.
I was going to say
Yeah.
everyone's trivia specialties, because I've been doing trivia.
Oh, yeah.
What's everyone's specialties? So ghosts.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ghost?
Just straight up like demons.
Oh. Wait, I meant like name and shame your favorite ghost.
Oh, name and shame my favorite ghost. I don't know. The guy who lives in my attic. The
Go on.
thing that chews on my walls.
I thought you were gonna say like, you like cryptids, don't you?
Yeah, I love a good cryptid. No, I'm just into all things paranormal.
Yeah.
Whatever can't be explained. See, you never know who it is, so like I can't name him.
Yeah, okay. They've got
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do have a name, but we won't know.
Yeah, I'll never.
This is for trivia. So like,
It's
how
for
would you-
trivia.
Yeah,
Oh, I got-
it's not about
I got
your
no
ghost in trivia.
Oh, okay. I'm screwed then. I don't know.
Shit.
I can't retain any information. I'm a sieve. But
Yeah.
yeah, I could
Me
try.
too, because that's what I was thinking, like, because I don't have any. So I was with friends who were like history and like ancient Egypt, music. I was playing with Lucy Sugarman, who's playing great musical knowledge. And then I was like, I offer nothing, guys. I had to do the play on words that they do in the trivia, because I couldn't offer anything else.
I've got a good. I'm pretty good at trivia when it comes to automotive things, particularly Japanese. If you ask me pretty much anything about Japanese cars between 1970 and 1999, I'm sorted. Yeah, you'll be
And
right.
this guy's planes.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a plain person.
Okay.
And, I'm Egypt.
Yep.
And Louis is.
Mothman.
I reckon physics.
Yeah.
Oh,
science.
wow.
Yeah.
He loves science.
My
He's an
general
engineer.
knowledge is
Yeah.
very poor, but when it comes to space and the quantum realm,
For lack of a better word.
Wait,
that's where I pitch in.
I just learnt about spaghettification yesterday.
Oh, as in
The
going
event
into
horizon.
a black hole
Someone's-
and then becoming
Yes.
spaghetti. Yeah.
Because someone said, like, oh, they got spaghettified. And I was like, oh, that's a funny word. And then it's an actual
That's a
phrase.
term.
And a very
Yeah.
terrifying
For
concept.
food.
If you want to
Spaghettify.
explain, I couldn't explain. I don't know.
It's just I'd love to see inside of a black hole, but it's the point of no return. So once you're in a black
Yeah,
hole,
you're
you never,
spaghettified.
so I think if I eventually, when it is my time in life, I'd want to go out in the black hole.
Yeah.
See what's inside.
Actually, I think
Like, I'm out, guys. I'm flying up to the black hole.
I
And
think
become
this-
spaghetti.
I think the scariest dream I ever had was I was spaghettified.
No, that's someone I was talking to was
Yeah.
that was their dream,
True.
and I was like, what the?
I was just smeared
What the
across
fuck?
space time, and I was just like started like I had this like intense fear, and I didn't know what it was, and I'd slowly come to reality and realize, oh my god, I have been here forever, and I will be here forever. And then I got so afraid
That
like my brain reset, and it just went over and over and over again.
Oh, like it was repeating.
Yeah, like I
Is there,
got like
like-
shocked into it starting again. It was
Oh,
scary.
Lucy.
That sucks.
Yeah, I think that's what it would be like on the event horizon
Is there
of the
like,
black hole.
is that too niche to write a song about?
I feel like I always have things like that where it's like, this is the perfect thing to write a song about, and then I sit there
You're
and
like,
go,
it doesn't. It's not relatable for anyone.
well, like, we're
Call
gonna
it the spaghettification blues.
It's like the hardest thing to pronounce in a song.
yeah.
Okay, here's a question. These questions are all just things I've been thinking about this week. Like, you guys have songs about, the lyrics are about people that you know. Are there any songs about any of you that you know of?
There's none about any of these guys, but most of them are about things that happen to me.
No, but like, has anyone?
Oh, has it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my ex wrote a few songs about me,
Wow.
but that's alright. I wrote a few songs about her. It's, you know,
classic.
blow for blow.
Yeah.
We're still good. She's good. Shout out. I won't shout her out actually. But nah, she's written some really, really good songs. They're scathing.
Yeah,
But,
okay. Did you know
So yours.
that, like, from the lyrics, you were like, oh, that's...
Nah, well, yeah, kind of. But then, like, you don't want to be like, this song's about me, isn't it? So,
So
she had to tell me first.
It was confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
But
gotcha.
that's all right, you know.
Yeah.
I hope there's not more songs about me that I don't know about.
Yeah.
I've written a couple of diss raps.
So fair. About him.
About him.
Yeah, about Dill. Yeah. Just
About
wait
that
till
he's
we get
too
the car.
long. He's too long in the car.
Yeah.
No one can fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it helps that they're good songs. Like, I like them. I listen to
Yeah.
them like,
So you're like, fair enough.
that's great stuff.
Yeah, it's catchy.
Fuck that guy.
That guy sucks. You're like, actually, I'm on her side now.
In hindsight, I was a really bad person. Anyway, fuck.
Well, guys, we'll let you go. You guys are about to hit the stage, so we'll let you
Oh,
get
yeah.
set. Thank you so much for joining us at the pop-up here, and all the best for the show.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having us.
much. Just little interjection. I ran out to see Lucy Sugarman just then, and she's so amazing. Like, every time I'm like, oh. Have you guys watched anyone else like performing today so far?
Really just sort of caught a little bit of Lucy Sugarman, and that was so amazing. I mean, she's always she can't
Yeah.
go wrong. She's
Can't go wrong
always-
with Lucy.
Caught a bit of like Wallabindi set at
Yeah.
the start as well. It was really cool. I'm keen to watch a little bit of Kitchen Boy as well. They're really
Yes.
cool. They're from New Zealand, I believe. We played with them kind of recently at the Lansdowne in Sydney.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about how was that?
Really good.
Beautiful set. Really, really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just great people. They're really easy to get on.
Yeah. How is the crowd at the Lansdowne?
Really good. Yeah, it always does very well there. I guess the venue's sort of
Just
got a little
punch
bit
that
history.
mic right up to your face.
Oh, yeah.
Legend.
It's got like it's got some real good history, I think. So it always pulls it seems to pull a really good crowd. So
Yeah. We've
always a good energy.
We played at the Lansdowne recently, and some guy told us that like it used to be like a real like criminal hotspot. Like mafia
Oh.
bosses would meet up there and shit like that. So
My mom
Okay.
used to
You
go
know.
there, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. You're like used to.
yeah,
Sure.
we're used to that. It's like
What's one of the best what's your favorite place that you've played at? Because you guys haven't been a band for super long, right?
No.
Yeah, like
nearly
a couple
2
of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
guess. My personal favorite would probably be the Metro in Sydney. That one's really fun.
Yeah, nice.
Um,
Where'd we go in Melbourne?
Oh, we played
Yaya's.
Yaya's is really fun.
Yeah, that was great. That was an
amazing.
awesome venue.
Very sticky floor though.
Ah, like sticky stage or sticky dance floor?
Sticky both.
Like the whole, it was all
sticky
sticky.
everywhere.
Fine,
Yeah,
but, like, you can't
someone
go- I
needs
was
to
getting
mop,
started.
please, for God's sake. So music, you guys have so your second single came out recently.
Came out a while ago.
Yeah,
We've
we've put
released an
out-
EP since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've put out 3 singles and an EP, but all the singles are on it, you know.
Yeah. Nice. And what's the writing process like? Like, how do you guys start? What's the very first thing? Like, how do you start a song?
Usually it starts with a general idea. I think usually it comes from like at least for lately, it'd be something that Riley would sort of bring to the table with guitar, and I think we sort of work around that, try and figure out like bass to match along with it, and then like a beat that sort of fits into the theme, and then all the while we're sort of hashing it out, like I think we're sort of coming up with some vocals.
Yeah, I'm
to-
hiding in the corner
Yeah,
trying to
Yeah.
scribble
Like-
something
down on a
down.
little notepad,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've also I think we've been experimenting more recently with the idea of like one of us writing songs and bringing
Yeah.
it to the table as well. So I think we've been really working on the way that we write songs recently, and I think
Yeah.
that's something to experiment with.
Yeah. So like kind of flipping up who like brings something to the table.
Yeah.
And do you kind of write? So you just kind of listen and hear like the vibe, and then kind of see what comes out and what sort of suits the music. Is that kind of what everyone?
I suppose like lyrically, yeah, I guess it's kind of listening to what they're playing, seeing like what it does for my brain, be like, what does this make me think of? Just kind of like letting my brain go from there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice. Favorite song to play? Or what was like your favorite song today?
My favorite was a newer one, Needles. I think that went really well.
Yeah, I'm the same. I really like Needles. I think I get to sing along. That's fun. I like a good
Louis
sing along,
hits
sing
those
song.
angelic backing vocals.
My favorite was Gimp.
Gimp.
Yeah, I like playing Gimp today.
Yeah.
Why? Just like the energy?
Felt good.
Yeah, real good energy, and you can't really go wrong with a song called Gimp. So
Yeah, exactly. It's about
The
Gimp.
F50s rock
What
and
is there
roll
not to
in
love?
it.
went well, yeah.
So EP 4 tracks? 5 tracks?
Five.
Five tracks?
5, yeah.
Nice. And how long did that take to write? Like,
Kind of
when
a
did you start
while,
that?
technically, because we didn't conceive of the tracks on the EP initially, because we recorded One of the Lads like more than a year ago now, and that was our first single. I don't think we conceived of them as being on an EP initially. I think we conceived them as being just like songs that we were putting out. So like they were kind of recorded each in very different environments, but from like Stay Out onwards, we kind of knew that we were releasing an EP, I think.
Yeah. I think like by the time we actually got in there and like finished everything off, we were starting to like figure out the idea of what the EP is actually going to be looking like and sound like. Whereas before it's just kind of like a collection of songs and like I don't know how they're going to fit together. You know what I mean?
So did you like want to do an EP and then you were like, let's use these songs, or were you like, the songs kind of go together? We should do.
I think we started releasing just like the ones that we thought were our best. We were just like, let's put our best stuff out there.
Yeah.
And then I guess it just kind of fell together from there. It wasn't so much like a conscious thing of like all these will pair well with each other, more just like let's
so you
put
weren't
out
like
the best stuff we can.
Yeah. So you weren't kind of like making sure that it was like all a running theme or something. It was just like they all sound good together.
There's definitely like running themes, I suppose, like lyrically and stuff, but it's not so much like a conscious choice. It's just like me yapping about the same shit every time.
Do you think the lyrics and how you sing sound different to how you're talking now? Do you think is that how like, or do you think you normally talk like that because they're so emotional?
Yeah, it's hard. I guess I'm probably a bit tired after the set, so maybe I'm a bit less energetic in the voice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know, I suppose.
Sorry, I'm gonna grab some water. I have such a dry throat today. So how long ago did you get this form? So it was like 2 years ago. And did you play did you guys play music separately as well before that, kind of like in different bands, or like just jam together?
Like, I guess, talking history here.
Yeah,
we all
getting
we
historical.
all came from some sort of like background of like practicing and playing our own instruments, but it originally started with me and Cormac, and we had tried with a couple different people to try and sort of get a band running, and it just like we hadn't really figured something out that sort of worked super well until like we had one of our old mates that we had sort of set up the band with, and we had been not pressured, but like one of our friends had set up a gig for us, and that sort of like
we had never played before.
We hadn't even played.
We'll be ready by Friday.
Yeah, so that's kind of good because it kind of like pushed you to do something if you like you wouldn't have planned it. Yeah, that
I
quickly
feel
yourself.
like we've said before, but like if we didn't agree to do the gig, even when we like didn't have a set list or had never played, like we probably wouldn't have like gotten around to doing it.
Yeah.
Or like I'm sure we would have, but it was definitely like the needed like kick up the arse to be like, okay, like go write the song. And, like learn an instrument, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of good. And then it's like you just kind of with everything you just have to do the first one, and then you're like, all right, like
like once that's out of the way.
Totally.
Yeah, and like even if a bunch of stuff goes wrong or whatever, but then you're like, all right, we just have to like fix this, like focus on this. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's good to kind of be made to do something the first time. And so you guys have played around like Sydney and a few places. How is it traveling around? Like, are you enjoying the actual travel aspect of like going around different places?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
We're getting to kind of get used to it. I feel like initially kind of, especially being like going from like a local band to being something that's like slightly bigger than that. I feel like it's been a good process of kind of like going from kind of like going interstate is something that you aren't entirely familiar with to it being something that is more just kind of like part of your like life, really. It's kind of like the drive to Sydney goes from being like 3 hours to being like, okay, that's like my morning.
It becomes routine really easily.
It's less of like a long thing and more just like more time that we can spend together.
That's nice.
And that's geared us up for bigger stuff as well, like Big Sound recently, which we played recently. That was like our first time flying as a band to like a show, and I feel like kind of the thing of just like going between Canberra, Sydney, Wollongong, Melbourne, it kind of prepares us up for like, okay, well now we can fly for Big Sound and it'll all be okay and we won't die on the flight somehow.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then when you drive like to Sydney and stuff, do you all drive together?
Like all in one car.
Real
and with all your
like
with all the gear as well.
No,
we
we have to like have it across our laps and shit.
Everyone's
not ideal.
But I guess that's good for like the bonding, and then you're like,
it brings us together.
Like really,
Exactly. It's a very sweet
really
bonding
connecting.
Me and Louis' arms getting stuck together like leather.
Sometimes giving each other a little
couches and
kiss. Nothing wrong with that.
And now it's getting so warm. Like this morning I got here and I was like, I'm so sweaty. Like it's heating up so much. Summer it'll be even sweatier in the van.
When we played, we haven't played in the summer since last summer.
Famously, the last
so,
one.
like it was kind of weird. Like we played a few songs. I was like, damn, I'm sweatier than I usually am.
Yeah. Was it sweaty here today, like when you guys played?
No
sweaty,
fans on stage, so
but I was like, at least it's cooling down now a little bit when I went outside.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, tell me about like what you guys have coming up. Like festival wise or gig wise. Now that the EP's out.
Gig wise, we just announced the other day we're the first support for. We're the opener for the Teen Jesus tour, so that'll be great.
Yes. That will be awesome.
Yeah, we're playing in Perth for the first time ever. Playing Sydney and
Adelaide for the first time.
Fremantle, but yeah, no, that's kind of all that we have like currently announced. But like,
that's so
always
cool.
Stuff in the works and that.
Yeah, I think Scarlett's here today. I think I walked past her.
Yeah, she's my sister. She's just like knocking about.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, if you look in the face, it's
like now. Now that you.
It's all on the like little dimple.
Get this boy on guitar ASAP.
Yeah,
that is so crazy. Like now that you say it, I'm like, whoa, you look so similar.
Same person.
I like Scarlett because my full name's Indigo, and I'm like, we're both color. We're both
so
colors. Similar colors. Oh, maybe not the same.
Color bonding.
Do you have you seen a lot? Like, I'm guessing you've been to a bunch of their shows.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I've been to them since like they started. Like, I think it's been super amazing to watch them like become this fucking like just force that they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you know, watching them support the Foo Fighters was like one of the most like.
Did you go to that? Like, you
Oh
went,
yeah,
really?
yeah, no, that was amazing. Me and my mom were in the crowd crying, just be like,
God.
that's my sister. You know? But,
That's so cool.
yeah, no, but it's been amazing to watch all that happen, and it's been really good because she's like has all the first-hand knowledge, so she's kind of just like, you know, able to
Yeah,
point
like-
us in the right direction, which is really nice.
Yeah, like really helpful.
Make sure we don't
all
crash
the tips
and
and
burn.
tricks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, go do your warm-ups, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
Sometimes you
Bye.
need that guidance. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. And are your parents musical as well?
Yeah, my mom used to play drums, and like she's like got amazing music taste, was kind of involved in like different scenes and stuff. My dad was a singer in a band. He's an amazing singer, very different style to me. He actually like
okay.
sings notes and shit, but
He knows notes.
yeah, he knows the
Oh,
notes.
he definitely knows
He
A,
can,
B,
he can
C.
harmonize. Like, I don't know. But yeah, no, very musical family.
Yeah. And anyone else? Is everyone's parents musical?
Yeah. For me, yeah. Like my dad played guitar in like a folk band for a while, and he bought me my first guitar when I was like 7 or like something obscene,
Whoa.
obscenely young. And yeah, I feel like that's, and also just like, I feel like for all of us, like our parents at least like loved music, you know, and they were always playing music around us as kids and kind of like channeled our music taste and just the drive for music. So yeah, no, for me, definitely, like, yeah, my dad was definitely a big driver for me as like a musical thing. I'm just like, damn, I gotta learn guitar because my dad learned
Yeah.
guitar and he's cool.
Did you like start playing straight away when you got the guitar? Were you like, all right,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
down.
I mean, like I got it and I was, well, the thing that made him buy me a guitar was that I watched Back to the Future for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that scene where Marty McFly absolutely rips Johnny Be Good. And it's really cool. And I was like, I want to be like that. And then like I wouldn't stop playing Guitar Hero and doing like air guitar on the couch and like jumping off of it like I was a member of Kiss or something.
They know what they need to do.
Yeah, it's like if we don't buy them a guitar soon, they're gonna actually like explode and die.
Yeah.
So we need to do that.
I wanted to ask a question too, guys. From your early days at Sideway, it seemed like you played a lot of gigs
Gone
there,
deep.
and was influential part of the band by the looks.
Yeah.
What was your time there like?
I was just talking with someone about this the other day. It's kind of it's really sad that it's not there. I think that venue is very like integral to the growth of us as a band at that point. Like I think being one of the only venues that got like real good foot traffic every day, that it was open, and like it was like an amazing opportunity to be like a brand new band who nobody knew, and to be able to play like really full rooms like week after week and just like get a feel for like what it is to actually be gigging and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think like without that space it would have taken way longer for us to actually get the grasp of it that we have.
I was
so
gonna
far.
say, yeah, Georgia, Undell's like photos. of you guys.
Yeah.
I always look at. I'm just like, they are so like those like pics of your gigs are amazing. And I know she's a big fan. Like she loves you guys. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah, Sideway. So you guys did like a bunch of gigs there, like pretty regularly? Sideway?
Very regularly,
Yeah, it was almost. I think it almost got to a point. It was like every second week we'd have,
Really?
we'd have a show at
Yeah.
Sideway. Yeah, it was very frequent.
They told us to like stop.
Yeah,
They're like, guys, it's
I
too
stopped
much.
booking us.
They stopped
Guys,
booking
it's
us.
too much.
We're basically the house band.
Yeah. I mean, like our first ever headline show, and the first ever headline show that we played was my first show, I believe, as well.
Yeah, no, it was.
So I feel like our kind of history as a band in the early days is very tied up with that of Sideway in a lot of ways, and also just like we've seen so many bands there that are influential to us as well. Like having seen like GT, Snooper, like TV Repairman.
Yeah, these New South
all
Wales and
these
stuff. Yeah.
these New South Wales as well, like just absolutely amazing bands there. Really kind of helped form us as a band, and I think it helps consecrate the fact that it's like we're from a certain scene in music and a certain place and time, and you can see that like all throughout like musical history as well. There's always like certain spots that pop up that are just kind of like hotspots for certain scenes that help produce a bunch of artists. And there's a bunch of amazing artists that have come out of Canberra recently as well, aside from us, I feel like, that have been coming outside with like Mr. Industry, Spouse, like all these just amazing bands that have come out of that scene.
Yeah. So Aussie punk kind of bands. Yeah, you named a few, but who's everyone's kind of like inspirations in that kind of scene?
The Chats.
The Chats.
Amel and the Sniffers, the Chats.
Yeah.
Like, they're like the big two, really.
Yeah.
Like
the Chats are underrated.
Yeah,
As a punk band, they're underrated.
Yeah.
I remember I almost broke my nose at a Chats show.
Like falling or like on someone's
on
head?
someone's shoulder.
On
Like,
someone's
I loved every minute of it. It was great. It was the developmental point of my life.
Yeah, like it was worth it for the nose.
For the character
Definitely,
building.
Yeah. It shaped me up who I am today.
I've never seen the Chats live, but I'm always like, that would just be like insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, like, one of my favorite bands growing up has been the Ramones. So I think like getting into the Chats, I was like, oh, this is like the closest I'll ever get to seeing that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm very glad that they exist and take up that space, you know?
Yeah. And I was thinking like, because I was thinking yesterday, like, because I haven't seen a lot of live music like recently. I don't know, like, I guess just after COVID or like what I've been doing. Like, I haven't been to a lot of festivals and stuff. And I was trying to think who just my favorite like live bands are, and I was like, a lot of them are local, like Lucy, just like so many local Canberra artists. And I was like, it's like I just love, I don't know, who are some of the best Canberra artists that you guys love watching?
My fave is Scrambled.
Scrambled.
They're a punk band from Canberra, and they just have like amazing energy. Every time I've seen them, it's always like, oh fuck, we need to go harder. You know,
like a good influence. Yeah.
No, they're amazing, and all super lovely people too.
Yeah, I haven't seen them live.
Oh yeah, no, you should check them out. Yeah, I think their Instagram's like We Are Scrambled or something.
Yeah, played last night at the Baso.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
No, they're an amazing band. And, I think for me it was definitely Mr. Industry. They've moved off now to Melbourne to do bigger things, but we sort of they had definitely gotten a head start on us, but we had always sort of talked with some of the members. We were sort of like side by side through a bit of our time in Canberra. Like we played a lot of shows with them, and like we would hang out a lot with the members.
Well, and Caleb from the bassist from Mr. Industry produced all of Skewball, our first EP.
Okay.
So we got that connection.
Yeah, amazing link. And we recently played a tour with them with Bel Air Lip Bombs, which was amazing.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
It was beautiful. They're an amazing
I
band.
just realized you don't have a mic. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I've been trying to hold it like here if you want.
Did you want my drink, by the way? Before you asked for it.
No, I was just making comments.
They're just flirting over there.
Favorite band or favorite shows that you've been to?
Favorite shows I've been to, like Australian or
like Canberra
local?
ones. Yeah, who do you like?
Well, I only just moved to Canberra like this year when I joined the band. Like a bit, I moved here a bit before I joined, and I think I saw Mr. Industry play at a Gut Wrench show, like a DIY show, and that was like big for me. Like I was like, whoa, they were really good. I'd have to say Mr. Industry, even though they're technically not really Canberra, but yeah, they're so good. And I saw Scrambled with Louis, and I think you were there as well for Scrambled. Yeah, and they were so good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a gang. Yeah.
I love a gang gig.
Yeah.
I love a gang gig. So good.
Rose from the ashes of Sideway.
Yeah. It's our new place.
It's You know how there's that thing that's like, you should have like 3 places that you are, like home, work, and then like you should have a third place. The other week I was like, gang. It's gang. Like I freaking love it.
And
I love
used
like
to be Sideway, right?
Yeah.
Sideway was my third place.
That's so true though. Like it's like kind of transferred over. Even though I loved gang before and I always went there.
Gang
but
and
it's kind of like
what's it? The Polish Club.
Yeah.
Polo. Yeah. We played a EP release at the Polo.
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great venue.
It's kind of like, I was actually saying just earlier to someone, I go to trivia there with Lucy Sugarman actually. There's like, they do drinks, they do coffee, dinner, like you can just stay there all day. It's like so good. And I've been like going there to do admin just like on my laptop. I'm like, I freaking love gang. It's so good.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you before Canberra?
I grew up and lived in Wagga, like my whole life pretty much, Wagga. And then I moved here, the 30th of December last year.
Yeah.
And then just to like get into the music here and everything, because I'd seen shows here and stuff, and I really wanted to be a part of the whole scene and everything. And then, I just fell into place. Everything worked out.
Did you guys meet then? So you just like happened to meet after you moved here?
Yeah, just kind of like it all just kind of fell together.
Yeah,
There was no grand meeting.
It's like when like a stork flies in with a baby in a basket, and except the
just showed
baby
up.
was Riley.
The
with
baby was
guitar.
Riley.
I just showed up one day.
Played a sick ass solo and that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do like an audition or you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much
Gotcha.
an audition, but like,
left,
it doesn't feel that way because you got in. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
It's just been going that good since like the beginning. Yeah.
It feels incredibly natural to have Riley in the band.
It's been a very natural progression
Yeah.
having him join.
And I think you said before your parents like aren't super musical, or they don't play. Is that what you said? How did you start?
I think I was just like, well, my mum's really into music, and I think I went to like when I was really young, I went to like a Guns N' Roses concert with her or something, which is like kind of crazy. But like, and that sort of like got me into it. Then I was like, from that I just like fell in love with music and just got into like actual good music and stuff after that.
Yeah.
And like, just started playing guitar, like became obsessed with it and just wanted to do that, like nothing else. I've never really been into anything else, so yeah.
So I was asking Kitchen Boy earlier, speaking of trivia, what's everyone's, I'm guessing like obviously music, but everyone's trivia specialty, like, or like like apart from music?
Jimmy Nickel.
Yeah, the Beatles. I was gonna say for all of us, the Beatles.
Yeah.
I think we could probably answer any of the Beatles question that was given to us.
Yeah, probably the Beatles. Yeah, maybe Elvis. For me.
Yeah, I feel like you could do Elvis.
I could do Elvis trivia easy.
I feel like Riley could do Black Flag. Any question relating to Black Flag.
Maybe Fugazi.
I've just realized that these are all derivatives of music.
Yeah, I was like,
exactly
what do.
We won't. Yeah. What trivia would we
I can
all
do
be
trains.
doing? You did like Hunter S. Thompson trivia.
Yeah, I
sure?
can do Hunter Thompson trivia.
Yeah.
Actually, like an automobile, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, the old automobile.
Yeah.
Well, so good, Riley.
like a
with his
vintage
profession.
automobile or like a racing?
Any sort, really.
Oh, any car.
I'm pretty car obsessed. So
He knows his cars.
Yeah,
There's one thing about Locke, he knows his cars.
If you
knows
need someone to
everything.
name like a Toyota Camry, I'm the person.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like
You need-
name
you
it,
need the model.
give it a name?
No, just name the model.
Oh,
like-
just name
yeah.
Yeah, it's Jarvis.
That's
So like a
backwards.
quiz. So
Jeremy.
it's like quickly show
Bobby.
you a Toyota and you can name it.
Yeah,
Like the model, yeah.
I'd hope so. I'd hope so.
Could everyone do you know how people do like the 1 second of a Beatles song?
I
And you
reckon
can
we
name
probably
it.
collectively
Yeah.
collectively
100%.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone's favorite? I decided recently my favorite Beatles songs are "I Dig a Pony"
Oh.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
and "I'm the Walrus," which is just like
Oh,
the
that's
most
awesome.
Can't go
like
wrong.
random
You
ones.
just can't go wrong.
For me, it's Rain, definitely. Rain is
amazing.
beautiful.
It's
That's-
so hard. That's like choosing between your
Yeah.
children.
Your
Like,
literal child.
I think
Also Mariah
maybe In My Life or like Here, There, and Everywhere. I think those ones are gorgeous.
I think for me, "Love You Too" off of Revolver. That's just like a beautiful song.
Yeah. Like Here, There, and Everywhere still is like the most like modern sounding
Yeah,
song
yeah.
I've ever heard. So like
Whoa.
All right,
That's
guys,
probably
here's your
one of
1
them.
second of Beatles.
Oh my gosh, this is
Oh,
great.
we're
This is
doing
great.
it. We're doing it.
yeah.
Those with the headphones
All right.
first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this will work either, so we'll just try.
And then we'll
Ooh. I caught a glimpse. I caught a glimpse.
Wait, could we get that again? I wasn't
Get it again,
focused.
sorry.
It'll be a slightly different part of the song, but
Oh, Blackbird.
Oh yeah.
Come on, lad.
We called it. Go on.
That's my dad's favorite
Go on.
one.
No one. No one.
Hit me, baby.
all right, let's go something a bit.
Oh, Octopus's Garden.
Nailed it.
I'm not even gonna try.
He ain't gonna mess up. He ain't gonna
This
mess
is
up.
beginner territory. Come on.
Yeah, no, this is fun.
All right, let me just.
I don't even have headphones.
Just trust me, I'm getting it right.
Trust me, I know all of them. I know all of them.
Let's go. I definitely wouldn't get this. Wait,
You got this. Wait, could I hear that again?
oh, sorry,
That's Go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Off Rubber Soul, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
It's already like 3 for 3.
Do you want another band?
Wait, another band?
Like another for the other guys?
True. Do you want to do?
Oh yeah, let me have a go at this.
Yeah, go on, Louis. Come on.
You gotta swap headphones.
You have to give him the headphones.
Give me the headphones.
Give them the headphones.
Have a listen.
It's like, yeah, have a go without the headphones.
They can't
Now we're on hard mode.
All right. So what band do you want to choose as the challenge?
I can only do the Beatles. So.
Okay, let's just keep doing that. Yeah. All right. Let's find a deep.
A deep cut. Cormac, you have to pull through.
If you need to tag me in, let me know. The anticipation.
Right, this is not a deep cut, but we'll just start with this.
Mate, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Amateur hour, come on.
That was just static.
It was literally just.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Amateur hour.
Come on. Watch next. He's gonna play like off the White Album. It's like just like John and Paul like talking or something. He's like, okay, name which take of Blackbird was this?
All right, here's the next one.
Obla D, Obla Dub. Come on, bro. Come on.
That was easy.
Come on, lad.
That was easy.
Final one.
Oh wait,
that was a good name. Perfect name.
Mother Nature's Son.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Whoa. What can we say?
Okay.
That's my favorite album, the White Album.
Hey.
Gorgeous.
Unreal, awesome stuff. Well, we better let you run. Thank you so much
Run
for
free and wild.
jumping on the
Yeah,
splash.
Surprise
Loved
Beatles
it.
trivia.
Yeah, that was been amazing. We don't get to do that often. Usually it's just like,
We should host a gang trivia that's like specifically just that, and it just does
oh
that the whole night.
please.
We'd win.
Gang,
We
please.
would win every time.
Yay! Hello. We're back. I'm Gogo. Thanks for sticking with us if you guys have been tuned in all day. It's been very fun. I'm here with great Gable, who have played earlier at Stonefest. You guys were on 6 something?
7 p.m. on the dot.
7 p.m. on the
Yeah,
dot.
yeah.
Did it start on the dot?
Always very punctual,
Very.
aren't
We also
Love
finished
it.
on the dot as well.
we?
Love
Yeah.
it.
Well, 1 minute under, which is the preferred method.
That's
you
great,
know.
because then you have time to wave, head off.
Yeah, that's right.
How did the set go?
It was real fun. Yeah, good turnout. Stoked. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing inside. Last time we played here, which was probably a good 4 years ago.
Yeah, two or three.
4 years ago or something.
Oh,
we
really?
Played in there to about 30 or 40 people.
Just like a
One
UC
of
Hub
our own shows.
show, yeah.
And because they've got like a games room just there or something.
I just learnt about this. There's
Yeah.
a Mario Kart. You can play Mario Kart.
Well, you can play also, like, there was people playing Halo and stuff, but I remember we finished the set and we were a bit bummed because we didn't play to, like, how many people walking without gear. And we look in the games room and it was bloody packed in there. It was like,
Oh,
what?
so it's not like a backstage thing, it's like anyone in the games
No,
room.
it's like, it's for the university, I'm assuming.
Oh.
Like, that's what I'm assuming. It's just heaps of screens and, like,
Full LAN
a
party
lot of
kind of
people
thing, yeah.
playing video games. Yeah.
So they're like, I've paid for a ticket for the music, but I've seen Mario Kart.
I don't think they paid for a ticket. I think they were just like, because it's a university.
Gotcha.
Like, they were just students on campus playing video games, Yeah.
like, I guess not.
Nah, we're gonna play Mario Kart.
Because for some
Or
reason
Halo
our
or
booking
something.
agent booked it during school holidays. So, like, no one's in Canberra during school holidays, are they? Probably.
True.
Yeah.
Was
Not
that?
at the university anyway?
Yeah, because like
Yeah, mid-December. Yeah, that's it.
for like the show that you guys did at the hub one.
originally,
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago. Yeah.
But they've renovated this, like, that area that we played in, so that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. It was a lot nicer than last time.
Looked nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like. So was that the last time you guys played at UC? But you've been like back to Canberra.
We haven't
Since
played
then?
Canberra.
No, we haven't. That was the last time we played. Yeah,
Oh really?
that was I can't actually remember what year it was, but it was a while ago.
I'm going to take
Yeah.
a good punt and say 4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years ago.
Nice, but then it's good to like come back and get this like crowd now. and the vibes. Yeah. I haven't actually been out to watch everyone because I've been here, but I've like popped out quickly, and it looks like it's just really nice vibes, and there's like it's really filled out, and
Yeah, we
everyone's
try
like,
to have fun.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, how is the set? I'll give you my mic because I just realized you don't have one.
The set was a lot of fun. This is our last set for about a month, and we've been pretty busy since June, really. It's been non-stop. My set personally was very loud. I was fighting with my earplugs.
Rock and roll, baby.
My wedge. We didn't have time to do a proper line check whilst the band before us played, so we didn't know what to expect, and it was pretty hot.
But luckily we're professionals and we get on with the job.
We are. We pushed through. We pushed through.
Did you guys drive here today? Like get into Canberra today?
We actually landed yesterday morning.
Afternoon.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, we flew from Sydney because we were playing there the other day.
So you said you've been doing a bunch of shows since June, like all around Australia. What have your favourite ones been?
Well, it was actually May. Since May, we did 2 tours in the UK and Europe, and it was like 13 or 14 weeks I think we did over there, split up in 2, and then we had about 2 weeks off, and then came here and did 10 days. Did 10 days in around the East Coast, and 1 show in Perth as well. Yeah.
How was the UK tour?
Yeah, it was so good. It was a long tour. We played 40-something shows over the whole 2 tours. Yeah, the first one was our own. The second was with supporting Lime Cordiale for that, for their shows.
Yep.
That was awesome. Yeah. Love it over there. Europe's beautiful.
It's So they were like the 42 shows. Did you say all in UK?
No, it was like there was 40-something split up between UK and Europe. So there was I can't remember where they were.
We're in Germany.
France,
Netherlands,
Poland,
Czech. We did play in Poland. I forget about that.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
Switzerland.
I've really put this to the back.
Was it just so quick? Like, are you just sleeping one night in each place, or
most of the time?
Yeah. So you don't get to see everything.
Yeah,
you're
not like
see. No, it's
going
not a
out.
holiday. That's for sure.
Yeah. That sounds so exhausting.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's so good. It's so good, but there's just so much to it. Like, a lot of the time you see the venue and maybe like a petrol station where you've like got out and done a wee and then you're gone. Yeah, like that's it. And people are like, it's so beautiful, you must have seen so much, and we're just like, yeah, I guess so.
But for 14 weeks as well, like that's insane. Like, you know, when you go to Europe and you do a quick 4-week thing and it's like 3 days in each place, like that's exhausting, but like 14 weeks and going that quickly. Yeah.
I think we did, it was either 5 or 6 countries over a week at one stage.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds about right. Yeah. So by the end of that, we'll
6 countries in a week. Yeah. Oh my god.
A lot of early mornings.
Yeah.
But you kind of fall into like a bit of your own groove. So everyone finds their way to get through it, find a little routine to keep things going.
And were you like flying from?
No, we had a van the whole time.
Yeah. Did you sleep in the van? Like,
no, not this time. Can you recall how many kilometres we drove?
Okay, I got some stats. It was.
Wait, we have referred to this before as the mustard stats. It's mustard flats, but mustard stats. Go.
Mustard stats. All right. It was 100 days. 23,000 kilometres in a van, 80 hotels, 45 shows.
80 hotels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over the two tours.
Oh, okay, yep.
And about 800 baguettes, I reckon. Yeah.
800 baguettes? And how many?
No, not that many. It's a lot of baguettes.
Because I was going to say, like, how many shows in, we're just really picking up the vibes backstage at Stonefest.
Bloody Yahoos back there.
Which band is it?
Real nice squeal.
It sounds like... It sounds...
No, it's not.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like Kitchen Boy.
But yeah, anyways, a lot of Ks, 23,000 Ks in the van.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like, I think we counted it as doing like Australia 1.5 times.
I know, like we could drive around Australia, drive all the way around Australia and like lap ourselves and like do another like half lap or something. With
my
the kilometers
gosh.
we've driven in Europe.
Yeah.
2.5 laps.
1.5 laps.
Oh, okay.
Australia.
Whoa.
We're happy to be home.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost home.
Almost home.
Yeah. So you said this is the last one, and then you guys are kind of done. Like, get a bit of a rest. Like, you get to.
Correct. Yeah.
You needed the mic for that.
Our next show will be for WA Day festival held in Perth with San Cisco and Eskimo Joe, Noah Dillon, a few other artists. But until then, it's a lot of home time. Yeah. Nothing, just rehearsals and hanging out with cats and girlfriends and
I'm looking forward
the
to
beach.
having a pillow that's not a European pillow, because they like, we maybe we're stupid, but we didn't know that in Europe all they have is those big, like, huge pillows.
Huge. Oh.
They suck.
Like, that belongs on a couch, like, not under the head.
Yeah, they're like throw pillow thing kind of. You know, they're
like decoration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They suck.
You're breaking your neck.
Yeah, they just give you the one big.
Like they, I thought that they were like, here they're decorative. That's actually what they give you, and it's so uncomfortable. It's so bad.
It's like, how are Europeans, like, how have they lived this long with normal necks? Or
they're also so good at comfort in other ways.
in other ways. Like,
so I don't know how
they haven't had the revelation
so far.
of a normal pillow.
So much of Europe is so comfortable and well thought out, except the pillows.
Wait, like, side hustle business idea, maybe we could start a pillows in Europe business. And I think it'll really pop off, because they'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
But I guess it's what you know, though, isn't it? If they grew up with it, it is what it is.
Or
they might be used to it.
Maybe, like, the secret is they actually don't use a pillow. So it's like, it is decorative. They actually don't use a pillow, and they're like flatting it on the bed.
You were saying you
Planking.
started doing
Yeah,
that.
planking. Yeah, I do that when I hate the pillow.
Like, there was times where I was getting like cushions off the couch in like Airbnbs and like shoving them into my pillowcase to try and like fatten it up a little bit. But also then I got kind of germophobic about the whole thing, and I was like, couch bed. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I just started sleeping with no pillow.
I
That
do that.
also was horrible, but kind of equally horrible.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit better. I don't know.
I have resorted to that when the pillow's just like so fucked. I'm like, oh. I don't know, like at an Airbnb or whatever.
If it's lumpy.
Oh, lumpy's the worst.
Lumpy's the problem.
I hate
too thin, too soft.
Ick, like a pillow ick is like lumpy, and you have to like fold it over itself, and it's just like,
I guess lumpy.
Maybe just be manufactured in the right way from the start instead of this happening.
Can't do anything right.
Like, the pillow had one job and it was lumpy.
Yeah, if you want something done right, do it yourself. We're gonna have to go straight to the source. We're gonna start manufacturing pillows.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just so that when you guys do your next Europe and UK tour, you get like a good sleep, you're rested, you know. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was waiting.
No, can we please stop the pillow chat?
Yeah.
This is full pillow talk.
Actual
This
pillow
is
talk.
pillow
Sorry.
talk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
Should we do an ASMR unboxing?
Yeah.
That sounded really good in my headphones,
Yeah.
by the way.
Headphones, so I'm just gonna have to trust you.
I like how Maddie started the interview by saying, I'm not saying anything.
I tried.
And then you're like, Scotch finger?
I actually had a question I wanted to ask about the So Cool video. And the animation and how that came about.
Oh yeah. That was because this was a couple of years ago, right? A year ago?
2.
2 years ago?
2, yeah.
And we're good mates with a band called the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, and they always use this animation guy called Ollie Jones.
Yeah, Ollie Jones, I think.
Who's in the UK, and he does the what's it? Claymation.
Claymation, yeah.
Claymation?
Like claymation, stop motion.
And literally, just yeah.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, that's it there.
Yeah.
Look, that's us. Kind of freaky, but cool. Yeah. So he whipped that together for us, and like, to be honest, other than having the idea of using him and paying him, we had nothing to do with it.
So good.
Yeah, we're stoked with it.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah, it's all
It's so
Ollie.
cool.
He's a really smart guy. Yeah.
And I feel like it suits the sound of like the song as well. I don't know, I really like it.
I can't see it. I can see it in the window behind you. This was pre-mustache me though. I don't have a mustache. It's pre-Maddie as well, yeah. Maddie's not in this. This is a while ago, this video.
Very cool. So, off the pillow talking onto, music stuff. Okay, so I was talking earlier with someone, like, writing on tour and, like, being inspired. When you guys are touring for that long, are you writing while you're traveling around? Or is it kind of like when you get back, you'll, like, sit down and do stuff? Like, how does that work?
We're all a little bit different, I think. Like, I sometimes bring some recording stuff with me and just have a jam with stuff, but you don't really have enough time to just, like, sit down and write, like you can at home. Like if you're sitting at home and you've got your stuff set up and you can just relax and really think about it, whereas, like, on tour, you're just always like, oh, we've got to go do this thing now, so...
Yeah.
But it's good fun.
Yeah.
I actually have quite a funny memory of Preeney. I can't remember what city it was in Germany, but we had 2 hours or 3 hours off before a gig, and we're all sleep deprived. And instead of sleeping, Preeney, I went out for a walk, and Preeney made this, like, German techno anthem in his spare time. Nothing serious, yeah.
I think, we all do it differently, Do you ride on tour, Matt?
No, got enough on my plate.
No.
Yeah. Like, I'm busy.
Yeah, sometimes you just focus on the set, and I definitely don't. I like to be at home when I do it, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then you can soak all what you've done and bring that into the song.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you feel like after you've been on a bit, like, done all this stuff, been away, when you come back, do you have a lot of ideas?
Yeah.
And you're kind of inspired by stuff that happened?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, our next song's called Danker.
Dankeschön.
I would like that.
We'll see.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm about to bring in a song called Why Is This Pillow So Lumpy?
It's so relatable. Like, I think that's what people want to hear about in music. So, like, writing process, when you are, like, writing and recording, where do you kind of start? Like, is it lyrics, or you kind of bring in chords?
Usually chords would start with any from anywhere, to be honest. It doesn't have to be a guitar or anything like that. Just it could be just one chord, kind of get you started on a song, or even
a drum beat. Maybe. I've done that a few times, where, like, you just get a little loop going and mess around with that. But
rarely words, to be honest. They
Okay.
usually seem to kind of flow a bit.
Like, when
come out a bit after, when you kind of get the feeling of what the song's, if it's major or minor sort of thing,
So the tone and the, like, vibe of the song. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And are you guys working on? So I guess the tour was your last show for a while. Are you going back to writing, like, a little bit of a break and then writing some more stuff, or?
Well, we just put out an album, like, last week. Yeah, within the last week. So. Promoing that pretty hard. Maybe a little bit of writing if we have time, but, like, most of the next few bit is, like, just new songs are out, so gonna try and play them and promo them and all that as much as we can. But if there's time to write, we'll do it, I think.
Yeah. If something comes up, you don't want to stop it, do you? So you kind of, like, if you start writing and it feels good, you just go with your gut and finish it. But once you start writing a song, it's better off to finish it then and there than to go, I'll worry about this when I have more time.
Yeah.
So you just get it done.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the moment you're like, I'm inspired right now.
Like, because if you forget, then if you stop, then you can't get yourself back in that same mentality of what you're originally in,
Yeah.
Well, it's really hard to anyway. It's really hard to. So a good thing to do is finish it whilst you've started. I seem to think anyway.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I feel like I reckon a few people would agree. Like, when I'm chatting with people like Lucy and just friends that are in music, I am really surprised often how quickly people write things. Like, Lucy, she just, like, for example, she just went to LA and she'll just, like, smash out all this stuff, and she's like, that was just this afternoon, like, one afternoon she'll, like, write a bunch of songs. Then I don't know, it's so quick sometimes.
Yeah, it's usually the less you think about it, the better, to be honest.
When you're on a roll, you're on a roll.
Yeah. You don't stop and question it really. You just follow it's just all gut instinct really. If it feels nice, it feels nice. You just go with it, I would say. Yeah.
Well, we've got some suggestions for songwriting if anyone's watching.
We'll let you guys go, but before that, we've had a few take on this challenge while we've been sitting here, and it's been pretty funny. Is there an act you think you know the best? And we'll play a 1 minute, a 1 second clip of it, and see if you can guess that.
So we were doing like the Beatles, and they were like getting the
guess the song.
any Beatles, guess the song, and we did Taylor Swift. You guys can choose though, which artist.
What artist?
Well,
Someone
we're
that
all,
you know
we're all
really
very
well.
different people, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do different
as
ones.
a collective,
As a collective.
maybe
It
Arctic
can be
Monkeys or the
individual,
Strokes.
Oh,
Arctic
yeah,
Monk- like, is it the song or the video?
just the song.
The song. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, probably.
I reckon we could pull that off.
Should we do the Strokes?
Yeah, we'll do the Strokes. Might as well. I mean, we could.
How do you feel about the Strokes? Would you?
Yeah. Between the four of us, we could probably do alright, I think.
All right, we'll key up some for you, and we'll give it a
Give
shot.
you these.
I can't actually even hear anything in these.
I won't be able to hear anything, so
I'll crank
I'll
them
let
up.
you two take
Oh, no,
this.
you have to go as well.
I'm getting nothing.
he said he's going to crank them up.
Are you hearing me?
Oh yeah, there we go.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, ready? The first song.
That's last night.
Last night, yeah.
Oh,
Nailed it.
lovely.
Too quick?
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know the name of this one, but I know.
But it's just slow. It's like there's two versions of it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Is it? It sounds like it's like the demo version of You Only Live Once.
Yeah,
but,
you only live once.
But I can't tell.
No.
No, it's a different one.
Nah.
I could sing the... That's the main melody.
Hang on. Someone give me a second.
I got this.
There's almost like a bossa groove in the verse for this one. There's like a piano thing.
Nah, we might need to move on.
Yeah.
Wait,
Next.
Maddie, did you want to go with that one?
Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah,
Maddie can't actually hear it.
We moved
Yeah.
that. Yeah. All right, stand by.
Oh, that's the adults are talking.
Oh, it's spot. Alright, yeah.
All right, we'll do one more.
Actually, I'm going to go back to the previous one.
Yeah.
Whether you can get it.
Oh. I actually just listened to this the other day and discovered that it was fucking sick, and I can't remember what it was called.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
All right, one final one. All right, stand by.
Someday.
Was it?
Nailed it.
Hey!
All right, team.
Well done.
Thank you so much
Yay.
for
Can I
joining
just-
us on the couch. Awesome show, and thank you.
Well,
Thank
Let
you.
you
thanks
get
to
out of
the
here.
Cheers.
thanks to the Mustard Flats for having us.
Thanks for coming, guys.